Okay, so day 2, down at my grandparents. So day 2 down at my grandparents' house was Christmas Eve. Okay, so the first day was the 23rd when we tried to break into NASA, and the 24th it was Christmas Eve. And my grandpa is obsessed with locking doors, and all day he locks me into different rooms and just forgets I'm there and then locks the door. All of his rooms have this strange lock on them, and you have to lock them with a key. And it happened 3 different times on this occasion, and one of them was outside really late at night, because my grandparents, again, they stay up until like 3 in the morning, and they never sleep, except for they always sleep throughout the day. They're chronic nappers, never full sleepers. Kind of like myself. I'm also like that. But I've been trying to do full sleeps. I really have. I've been trying. So, he locks me outside, and with me and my dogs outside, because I'm taking them all to go to the bathroom right before bed. And he locks me outside, and then I call out to him, and he's looking through the blinds. And he's got his eyes like straight through them, and he's seeing me. I'm right there. And I say, Grandpa, it's me. Can you unlock the door? And he, dead ass, he's still looking at me. He reaches up and flips off the outside lights while he's looking at me. So I'm stuck there outside and in the dark. I had to call my dad to come get me. I had to call him, and because my dad has a B&B about 20 minutes away because he's picky about everything. And he has to come 20 minutes to come unlock the door and let me in. He has to go 20 minutes. And then he does that, and he's pissed off because he had to get up at like 2 in the morning to let me into my grandparents' house because I was trying so hard to get in, and he wouldn't let me in. Are you sure he doesn't hate you? I'd like to think he doesn't, but I think he was still like low-key a little salty about the NASA thing. I don't know if he was actually. I hate to say that because like I truly think my grandparents love me, but my grandpa has Parkinson's and my grandma has dementia. So their house gets really interesting really fast. And I don't know, but the fact he just kind of stared at me. He stared at me and turned out the lights. Who does that? Who does that? So my dad's like pissed off at me. He comes in, he's like, "Great job, Sage. Great job. I just love getting out of my pajamas and like love getting out of my pajamas and coming to pick you up 20 minutes away." I'm not one to complain, okay? Especially when it comes to my grandmother. But my dad and my brother got to stay in a cushy Airbnb 20 minutes away while I waited on my grandparents hand and foot the entire week, okay? So needless to say, my patience was running thin, okay? And he knows about the incident of NASA last night. But my patience is running thin. Especially, like, I don't mind helping. I really don't. Never do. Never mind. I love hosting. I love being like that. I don't mind helping. And I never have, and I never will. And that's not true. I do mind helping when I get shit for it, though. You know? Don't give me shit, especially when these are your parents. Don't give me shit for helping them when you know it wasn't. So I told him, I said, Dad, yeah, sorry you had to drive out here in 20 minutes in your pajamas while I'm sitting out here in the middle of the night getting eaten by mosquitoes. Yeah, this is exactly how I wanted Christmas Eve to be. Thanks a lot. You know, like I'm like pissed, and so like I don't retaliate. That's one thing about me that the last 6 months has taught me. I don't give a shit anymore. You know, last year was the worst year of my life, and I've grown up. I am grown now. I have learned things about myself. One thing is I lack boundaries, and part of my resentment towards my family is I've let them just push my boundaries and never said anything for so long that they know to treat me like crap because I let them treat me like crap, you know? And I know what people are thinking. Oh, they should know not to. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. Well, I didn't know that. So, and not everybody does. But I let them treat me like crap for so long that they just kind of expected it. So everybody saw a very different me this Christmas. Everybody saw a very different me when I'm discovering my boundaries these last couple months. And so I fucking clapped back at him, and then he was just like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like, you're right. Like, you're staying here helping while I'm 20 minutes away. Blah blah blah. Why weren't your dad and brother helping too?" Well, they should have been. But they were 20 minutes away because that's where they got the Airbnb, was 20 minutes away. And my grandparents only have one extra bedroom, and they decided to put me there. And I could bitch about so many things about my vacations. I could bitch about so many, and there's so many things that I'm just not willing to talk about on stream that happened that have been horrible. However, we're not going into that stuff because it's just gonna piss me off. So, I mean, it's also sexist to expect the daughter to do, and it is. My family has a real big problem with that in particular. They have a real big problem with that in particular. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. Now, I will say the last couple years, even though like this is the first year I've truly grown a spine, the last couple years, they've gotten some serious shit from me over Thanksgiving because I just don't think it's right that every girl in my family cooks and cleans everything while the guys sit on their ass. And I'm just not willing. And one year, my cousin, he handed me his plate and didn't ask. Oh, dude. I mean, I threw down right there. I threw down right there because I was like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? Trying to hand me your plate like that. Because, like, here's the thing. I don't mind doing my grandparents' plate or, like, the older people in my family or the young, like, the little kids in my family. I don't mind doing that. That doesn't bother me at all. But somebody my age who's got working legs. No. That's not gonna happen. Not me. Really glad to hear you got a spine, right? Xanther knew me when I didn't have a spine. Xanther's known me a long time. I'm used to letting people walk all over me. And this is truly the first year that I've been like, I'm done. I'm fucking done. Saying deep cut is hard. He should be doing your plate. If, in my opinion, if somebody cooks, you clean, right? And so I've argued with my parents. So, well, my mom's side, because I spend my mom's side, like I spend my Thanksgiving with my mom, and they do a really big Thanksgiving. There's always 40, 50 people there, right? And I've been arguing with her for years. Last year I didn't show up at all. Because I was like, no, I won't. We've had so many issues the last few years with me just not wanting to do that. I don't like anything they make for Thanksgiving, first and foremost. I got in trouble for making sliders one year. They told me to bring something and I brought sliders because I don't like chili. And we always have chili night because the entire family stays for the entire week. And I don't like chili, so I brought sliders. I brought enough for everybody, and I got in big trouble for it. And now, after they had my sliders, oh my god, they want me to bring them every year now. Sick and twisted! Anyways, that's not the point of it. But I know sliders do rock. They're amazing. They're Hawaiian roll ones. I love me a good Hawaiian roll. Well, it was really only my aunt that was mad at me because she makes chili and then nobody ate the chili because chili's fucking gross. But I just don't really like Thanksgiving food. And I'm not gonna help make a bunch of Thanksgiving food and then clean up and then get disrespected the whole time. I'm not doing it. So, and like one thing I told my aunt who hosts every year, I said, why don't we do paper plates? Okay, sue me if you're super about the environment. I'm sorry. But there's 50 people. Just get paper plates. Why are we fucking around with soap and dishes for 50 fucking plates? Like, and since, and because she's always exhausted, and she's like, I can't believe Sage won't help with Thanksgiving. We could really use her help. I just hate cooking and cleaning every year. And I said, then get the fucking boys to clean up after themselves, and you won't have to. They're unwilling. They're completely unwilling to even ask that. When I know all of the boys would be willing to do it, but like they insist on it. This is the women insisting on this being the way. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm not sure. I guess it's tradition, how they've always done it. They're unwilling to change. They've started to change though, since I didn't show up last year. And the sexist tradition upheld by the women, which is just fucking crazy to me. It's crazy. I don't know. It's crazy to me. It just drives me crazy. And so this year for Thanksgiving, because I agreed to come back, this is the first year I've agreed to come again. I had a great time. Because one, they didn't ask me to do anything. I guess I'm one of the boys now. But two, guess what? They all had paper plates this year. They had paper plates everywhere. Paper plates, paper cups. No more of the shitty fucking, you know, silver Thanksgiving stuff. They had paper plates. And guess what? They had sliders. Because last year they didn't make them because I decided not to come. Last year they didn't make them. And the boys, we call them the boys. There's 3 boys from my cousin's side of the family, and they're 3 crazy psychopaths. They rioted that there was no sliders. They rioted last year. I'm just saying it feels good to be right. And don't get me wrong, I'm not right about a lot. But I'm just saying it feels good to be right. And if you're my family and you see this VOD or you see this clip or whatever,